Hello, technology world. This is your host, Gabriel Smith, and I wanted to do a really quick webcast on software piracy or internet piracy. Call it what you want to call it, but if you've been downloading software, movies, and music off the internet, chances are you have been contributing to the pirate industry. I think that this is coming to an end. Some of you may have heard that the website ISO Hunt is being shut down. The the founder, Gary Fong, has been going back and forth to court with the entertainment industry for about 7 years, and I don't know if he just got tired or he's just given up, but he's agreed to shut down his website and probably pay about $10 million in fines. Now, this probably came to a surprise to a lot of people because most folks wouldn't believe that ISO Hunt could have generated any money at all. Simply because the only thing that they are doing is that they're probably just making money off the ads and banners that's on their website. But nonetheless, the website is being shut down. And even though it's being shut down, there's still a few popular BitTorrent websites that folks can use to still get pirated software. I personally did not use ISO Hunt, and I don't use any of these other sites, such as the Pirate Bay, Kick-Ass Torrent, and Torrent Z. I don't really use that stuff. My perspective on pirated software is that I want a clean environment. I don't want to install things on my machine that could be pirated simply because it may come with a hack or some type of code that would allow hackers to get to my information. So I've long since decided that I would not use pirated software. But even though these pirate software sites still exist, I think that eventually they'll come to an end. And the reason I say this is that the main areas of piracy seems to be film, music, and software. Now, when you look at film, there's plenty of outlets that a consumer can go to get access to affordable movies and shows and things of that nature. I think the main reason, I think that there are basically two types of people. You have pirates and you have consumers. Pirates are probably the minority. Consumers are the majority. And when it comes down to film and TV, it's easy for a consumer to go to Netflix and they'll pay $7 to get a month's worth of free movies and TV shows. Not free, but they'll get these TV shows and movies for $7, and there's probably millions upon millions of TV shows and movies that they could watch, and it's not going to cost them that much. It could be $10. I can't remember. It's either 10 or 7 now. Other websites are Hulu, Amazon. There's lots of places that you can go to if you want to watch movies and TV shows. So, why risk getting sued when you can go to one of these websites, pay $7, and you can watch as much as you want for just $7? So why risk getting sued for watching something in poor quality? Another thing about these pirated shows and movies that you download is that sometimes, especially movies, sometimes when you download these things, they're in extremely poor quality. Like maybe you'll see people walking through the background of the movie and things of that nature. Why would you want to go through that? I think the only reason that someone would go through that is that maybe the movie is brand new and they really, really, really want to see it, so that they'll download that pirated movie because there's no other way for them to see it except go through to the theater. But me personally, I hate, if the movie is good, I would hate to watch a low quality pirated movie simply because it's just going to spoil the movie for me. I don't know about the rest of you. Moving on to the music category. Well, music is basically free. You can download Pandora or iTunes and you can listen to just about any song that you want to hear for free. You don't really have to pay anything. The only caveat is that these are radio stations, so to speak. So you can type in the name of the song that you want to hear. You can type in your favorite music artist, and it may not be played right away. A few songs may have to play, before that artist or that song is played. But eventually it will play. I mean, you may have to wait maybe 15 to 20 minutes, but in the meantime, you're hearing other songs or you're hearing other artists similar to the song that you like. And the other caveat is that you have to occasionally sit through some commercials on these radio stations or these applications. But hey, you really can't complain because it's free. In the event that you want to buy something, in the event that you can't find whatever you're looking for on iHeartRadio or Pandora, you could always go to iTunes and Pandora, iTunes or Amazon to buy it. So, in my opinion, there's no real reason to pirate music. I personally don't pirate any music. All the stuff that I listen to is basically on Pandora. I think there was a time where Pandora had a cap on the amount of free music that you can listen to before they force you to buy their service. But I think that happened to me once. I think I was doing a lot of driving and I was listening to a lot of music on Pandora and I got that message. But I just simply switched to iTunes. And I switched to iHeartRadio. So I was prepared to basically bounce back and forth between Pandora and iHeartRadio in order to get this free music. And to make matters even better, there's even other free music radio stations that you can download onto your radio. So there's no reason to basically steal music. To me, the last frontier of piracy seems to be software. Many people want the Microsoft-like products like Microsoft Office, Microsoft Windows or something like that. And they may want this software, but they're not really willing to pay for it. And they may not be willing to get over the learning curve of basically learning something free. The alternative software would be, for Microsoft Office, would be Google Docs or LibreOffice. I use both Google Docs and LibreOffice, and it works perfectly fine. On rare occasions when I absolutely need Microsoft Office, I would probably just go to the library and just use it there where I can get it for free. But for the most part, everything that I do is in Google Docs or LibreOffice. For operating systems, you can easily download Linux. And by me being a Unix guy, it's not really a big deal for me to learn the Linux operating system. I can see how it can be too much of a learning curve for people who aren't really computer savvy and they just want to go ahead and pay for something. But with that said, I think Linux is becoming easier and easier to use. It's becoming more user friendly. And in most cases, you don't really have to go through a lot of trouble of getting stuff to work as you did in the past. There are distributions such as Ubuntu where you pretty much just install it and everything works fine. I think even Fedora, like some of the stable versions of Fedora, you can pretty much install it. You may have to run the updates, but after that, everything is just going to work fine. So, for me, there's no real reason to even use Windows. I mean, to pirate Windows. I do have Windows 8 on my laptop because it came with it, but there's no reason for me to pirate it simply because I need another operating system for a spare PC that I have. I'll just download Linux and put Linux on it, and I'm happy to go. So, with that said, software may be the last frontier of piracy, but I think even pirating software is coming in for the simple fact that just about anything you install today will basically use your internet connection, log into its main website, and then just check or validate your license. So I think as more and more computer or software developers start to use this type of feature, piracy will be less and less and less, and people will just have to start using the free alternative software. Either that's going to happen, or the software developers will just give you reasonable price. I can envision one day it'll cost you maybe $10 for a copy of Microsoft Office, simply because they don't want to lose all their customers to Google Docs and LibreOffice and things of that nature. Now, with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. But with that said, I think that there has been some developments on this thing called the dark web, which could shrewd pirate activity. and allow pirates to basically act anonymous. I think who is this? John McAfee, the guy that developed the McAfee antivirus, is working on this dark web, which he's going to sell for I think under $100. Now this is actually a really good topic for another video, so I think I'll do that later. But I just wanted to say that this could shrew the activity of pirates and maybe prolong piracy. But overall, I think piracy is coming to an end because, I mean, you can basically get stuff for free. You can even, oh, I forgot to mention, for most TV shows, you can just go to the TV website and watch TV shows for free. So as companies offer products at reasonable prices on the internet, and there's alternative software out there, I think people will resort to piracy less and less and less until piracy becomes pretty much a novelty. At any rate, that's what I think. That's my opinion. You know what they say about opinion. I like to hear what your opinion is. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please send me an email at at busy386@gmail.com, or respond to this blog or this webcast. Thank you for your time.